Hi there, I'm Craig Gold, a station officer at Porirua Fire Station.
And I'm Leona Smith, a volunteer firefighter at Plymouton Fire Brigade.
The New Zealand Fire Service works with communities to protect what they value. A big part of our role as firefighters is to support that by reducing the incidence and consequence of fire. For some sections of the community, like the hard of hearing or deaf, this takes on increased importance.
It's a sad fact that every 3 hours a home burns in New Zealand. Around 180 people are seriously injured from fire each year, and tragically 20 people die. And the average cost of repairing a home damaged by fire is $42,000.
Providing a professional emergency response is the most obvious and most visible sign of the work we do. We have over 430 fire stations, 900 fire appliances and 10,000 firefighters who provide a fantastic service to New Zealanders at the 75,000 jobs we get called to every year. But just as importantly, educating Kiwis on how to stop fire starting in the first place is really important, and we invest a lot of time in doing this. That's why you'll find firefighters at schools and home shows and at community events promoting fire safety and giving people the information they need to keep themselves, their family and their home safe from fire.
With an estimated 10% of the population having a hearing impairment, making sure they have an appropriate way of being alerted to a fire in the home is critical.
In this video, we'll cover some simple fire safety tips you can do yourself. These will go a long way to making sure you'll never experience the emotional and financial devastation a fire can cause.
So let's get into it.
The hallway is the best place to start because it's usually the main escape route out of the home in an emergency. Often the bedrooms are off the hallway as well. That's why the best place to install a smoke alarm is in the middle of the hallway ceiling close to the bedrooms. Since we're talking about smoke alarms for the deaf or the hard of hearing, the ideal system would consist of interconnected photoelectric smoke alarms throughout the house connected to bed shakers, strobe lights, pages or a combination of these. When a smoke alarm activates anywhere in the house, it will set off every alarm, which will give you more time to escape. At the same time, it will trigger the pager and a highly visible strobe light, which will start to flash. And if you're asleep, a vibrating pad under your pillow will alert you that something is wrong. This is an excellent system, but pricey. We do have options listed on our website on types of alarms and who to approach for funding. Just go to fire.org.nz and click on the Home Fire Safety tab at the top. Then just scroll down to this section.
There should be a clear path through the hallway so the family can escape safely in a fire. Household clutter is okay to navigate in daylight or when the lights are on, but at 3 AM in the morning, when it's pitch black, there's smoke about and people are panicking, it can be a different story. This is particularly true if you or someone else in the house has some mobility issues.
Something else that's really important is for keys to be left in deadlocks at night. Nothing wrong with being safe and secure, but if you can't get out quickly in a fire because you're locked in and can't find the front door keys, it just defeats the whole purpose. Families spend a fair bit of time in the living room, and this is where a lot of fire hazards can be found. Firstly, a good idea would be installing a long life smoke alarm in here. Best place is right in the middle of the ceiling. You can put them on the walls, but they need to be well above head height, so you've got time to get out of the house before the smoke descends too far. A strobe light should be fitted here as well.
Each year, around 120 fires are caused by the careless disposal of cigarettes. They should be stubbed out correctly and disposed of in a metal container. And please keep matches and lighters well away from children. Far too many fires are caused by children playing with these, and the results can be heartbreaking. Candles can set the mood, but they can also set fire to curtains and other furnishings. Make sure they're in proper candle holders well away from anything that can catch fire.
If a fireplace is used in the house, it really should have a spark guard. It's also a good idea to have the chimney swept each year. Ashes can take up to 5 days to cool, and in that time they can start a fire if they are left in a plastic or paper bag on the veranda or deck. They should always be placed in a metal container with a lid. Remember the old metre heater rule. Clothes, furniture, bedding and children should always be at least a metre from the heater or fireplace. A good safety tip is turning off the computer, DVD or TV on the appliance, not on the remote control standby.
Overloaded plugs cause a lot of fires. Multi-boards like this one are not designed to have double adapters connected to them. Remember, only one appliance per multi-board socket. This one's got a power cut-off switch, which is a really good idea. Extension cords were never designed as substitutes for internal wiring. However, if they're being used, make sure the cords are in good nick and never have them under the carpet or floor mats, where they can be damaged by people walking on them. They can also trip you up, which is obviously not good if you need to get out in a hurry. Did you know that a third of all household fires start in the kitchen, making this the most dangerous place in the home? The vast majority of these fires are caused by unattended cooking. If you're using a fry pan, it should never be left unattended, not even for a minute. If you have a fry pan fire, never throw water on it, it'll explode like a bomb. Don't try and carry the fry pan outside, you'll only end up burning yourself. What's more, if you drop the pan, you'll cause even more fire damage. If you can, turn off the element either on the stove or turn the whole oven off. Wet a tea towel and put it over the fry pan, or put a chopping block on it. Both these methods will smother the fire. Even if the fire is out, you should still call 111 and get the fire service to come and check that the fire hasn't spread to an area you're not aware of.
Having a fry up when you've had a few drinks can be a recipe for disaster. What usually happens is the fry pan goes on, the chops or bacon go in, and while they're cooking, people sit down to watch the telly and fall asleep. This is the leading cause of fire fatalities, so don't drink and fry. Get some takeaways on the way home or try cooking something in the microwave instead.
When people are cooking, children should not be in the kitchen. Same with the barbecue. And to prevent burns and scalds, make sure you turn saucepan handles around so they can't be grabbed by kids and brought down on themselves. Also, keep jug cords well out of the way of little fingers. If someone does get burned or scalded, you must put the burn under cold running water for at least 20 minutes and then seek medical advice.
A fire extinguisher is a good idea, but make sure you take the time to understand how they operate. It's also important to know when an extinguisher won't make any difference. If a fire is too big that you can't get any closer than 2 meters to it, get out, get everybody else out and call 111. And whatever you do, don't go back inside. And it's obvious, but don't install a smoke alarm in here. You don't want the alarm to constantly activate because of cooking.
The bedroom is the room where you spend the most time, so it should be the most secure. That's why a working photoelectric smoke alarm and strobe light are important here too, as well as a vibrating pad under the pillow. Just like in the living room, candles should not be placed near open windows where curtains can be blown onto the candle or the candle could be blown over, causing a fire. They should only be in a proper candle holder and never in a child's bedroom.
Electric blankets should always be turned off before you get into bed. They shouldn't be pinned, and never place heavy objects on the bed while the blanket is switched on. They are not recommended for babies or young children, as bedwetting may occur, and that obviously could be dangerous. When not in use during the summer months, they should be rolled up, not folded, and if it is showing any sign of wear, get it tested by an electrician.
You'd be surprised at just how many fires are caused by appliances like hair straighteners left on the bed or on anything that can catch fire after they've been unplugged. And of course the same guidelines about multi-boards and extension cords apply in the bedroom as well. And please don't smoke in bed. It really is extremely dangerous, even more so if you've been drinking or taken medication that makes you sleepy.
Are there 2 ways out of the room? In a fire there should be options if the main means of escape is blocked. But if you should find yourself in the situation where you can't access the hallway because of smoke or fire, and for whatever reason there's no other escape route, call 111, tell the operator where you are in the house, keep the door closed, block smoke entry with a towel or something else, get to a window for fresh air, and wait for the fire service to rescue you.
You should remove the lint from the clothes dryer filter after each use. These things generate a fair amount of heat, so make sure there's plenty of clear space around the dryer and that it vents outside. And no smoke alarm in here either, okay?
A really good habit to get into before going to bed is giving the house a fire check once over. Are kitchen appliances turned off and safe? Heaters off? Spark guards across the fireplace and candles extinguished? TV turned off at the set? All cigarettes out? Kitchen and living room doors closed to slow the spread of fire? The house secure with keys in the deadlocks? And passageways clear for a quick escape? Everyone in the family should take responsibility for fire safety. This includes cleaning and testing smoke alarms each month to ensure they're still working. If you have standard smoke alarms, you need to make sure you replace the batteries every year. The daylight savings changeover is a good time. If you or someone else in the house has mobility issues, you need as much warning as possible to get out of the house in time. That's why interconnected alarms are so important. If a fire starts in the lounge room, the smoke alarm there will automatically activate the one in your bedroom, so you have valuable extra time to get up and get yourself out.
Knowing what to do and where to go if there is a fire is really important. Have you got a local support network? Neighbours are really important in an emergency, particularly if you have a disability. A regularly practiced escape plan is critical, so if the worst was to happen, everyone knows what to do. You can find a link to one on our website which you can design yourself, print out and put on your fridge. And the letterbox is a good, safe meeting place for the whole family.
And finally, make sure everyone knows that 111 is the number to call in an emergency, and to give the name and number of your street and town, the closest cross street, and a rapid number if you're in the country. If you do have a disability that prevents a quick evacuation from the home, make sure you tell the operator the nature of your disability and whereabouts in the home you are located.
There, that's it. Everything you needed to know about keeping your family safe from fire in your home. I hope you found this useful. If you have any additional questions or need some assistance, please contact your local fire station. They'll be happy to help. Alternatively, there's lots more information on our website.
Fire safety really is the responsibility of us all. Thanks for doing your bit. Cheers.